Hey, pareng Romy, kumusta? Alas dos ng umaga ng hapon dito sa Amerika. Just got out from the church. I got here at the gym right now. I saw your email. Okay, ganito ang gagawin mo pare, no? Okay, nasa Windows 8 ang ginagamit kong operating system. Yung sa'yo, Windows 7. It would be similar because right now I'm on the desktop. So, okay, ganito ang gagawin mo. Okay, let's open up Handbrake. By the way, my handbrake is outdated. This is an old version. Let's see what version I have. Um, this is uh, this is 2012. So it's like about 2 years behind. But I don't upgrade because I think I'm more familiar with this. I prefer this one than the new ones. You can also find old versions. You can look around, play around. You go to handbrake.fr, yung binigay ko sa yung link. Go there and look for the version. If you want the same version like this, you can download this as well on handbrake.fr. And I prefer this because I'm familiar with it. I have been using it for a long time. Nung mag-upgrade ako, hindi ko gusto ang screen. Pero you can follow along. Ibigay ko sa instruction kung gusto mo yung new handbrake. Follow along. It's very similar. Okay. Uh, let's close this. Okay, let's open up handbrake like this one right now. It's open, right? Okay. After you open this the handbrake, click on source, and if you remember, you would have two choices, right? One, yung ginawa mo, katulad ng ginawa mo, video TS folder, or you can use video file kung ang ginawa mo ay ISO image file. Kasi di ba pag dinencrypt mo siya, you have two options. You either have you either want to do the ISO image file para ano siya, para compressed siya na file, or you can do the video TS, which is the format nung actual DVD. Pero pagka sinesave ko, kasi nilalagay ko sa hard drive, I save it as a ISO image file. So either you can choose either one. So you say folder or video file, right? So for this one, right, I'm gonna choose the ISO image file. Okay, so I have these movies that I have decrypted on my hard drive, on the C drive, right? Okay, I would choose, say, for example, I would choose Mandela, right? And I say open. When it opens, it would search for the actual file, right? For the actual title of the movie. Sometimes the movie may not be the right one, but you look on the time here. So, and then you compare it, right? So you have like a 4 minutes, right? 2 hours, and then 19 seconds, and 22 minutes. So of course, the rest won't be the movie. So Handbrake chose the right one, which is the 2 hours and 21 minutes. Normally the default that it shows, I mean that it sees. So if it sees this one, whichever one na find niya, nakita niya, normally yun ang the right one. So normally you don't need to change it. But sometimes you have to choose which one here. Okay, so he found that out, right? So he found number 19 on the disk is the actual movie. And then automatically he would create this file here. You can always change this. For me, normally when I change it to MP4, I would just say like a Mandela 2013. I would say like this, like that, just to make it like easy for me to find it next time. So like this one, right? Okay, your question about like changing the subtitles or audio. I saw the screen that you have. You choose the default, which is the normal. And if you remember, I told you normal would be a big one, big screener, bigger screen, right? So I would choose this one. If you remember, I told you to choose this one, which is bigger than this. Okay, this one would be like around 720 by 362 yung screen niya. Pagka pinili mo ito, medyo maliit siya, 480 by 362. So choose this one first, right? And then from here, I always say keep aspect ratio because sometimes yung screen niya sometimes widescreen, sometimes meron siyang black uh, borders top and bottom. right? So, pagka hindi mo chinuse yung keep aspect ratio, ano niya, may puputulin siya. So, normally, I want the same as the movie itself, yung DVD. Kung widescreen yung movie na dinecript ko, I would rather have the widescreen. If it's a full screen, I would rather have a full screen. So, I would say keep aspect ratio, right? So, I choose this one first, right? So as you choose that, you would have a different choices here. Okay, let's go back here. If you click this one, right, this one have a default on everything, 720 to 208. So there's nothing you can do here anymore, right? That's it. He has his own default. But here it gives you an option. Okay, so let's just do this. Okay, iPhone, iPod Touch, and then I click keep aspect ratio. Okay, okay, from here, I would choose, okay, you look on the audio. The audio normally it would say English already there, right? Because normally you would rent a movie from a red box, it would always be English, right? Unless you rented something like Chinese, it would say here Chinese. So in that case, if it says Chinese there, right, you would go to subtitles, and then you want to keep Chinese, you can keep in Chinese. Sometimes it would give you an option on audio, but most often they don't. So here you can say like oh, I want to change it to Spanish audio, right, or English audio. You can choose which one on the audio, right? For me, I always keep the original audio. Okay, it's like say if it's English, right? And then I would choose subtitles. This is the one that you're asking. The questions that you have here is about the question that you have for me. It's about using the subtitle. I'm not sure if you still want to do the subtitle on the movie that's already English, but if that's what you want, you can do so, right? So for example, like here, iPhone, iPod Touch, right? We choose this, keep aspect ratio. Now we go to subtitles. Here you could choose the one that you want. Say you would have English, Spanish, and then another Spanish. Normally you would choose the first one there. Let's say like if you're watching, if you have a movie that's a Chinese movie, your first option there would always be English. Otherwise, you may have to go number two, number three. But let's choose number one for this exercise, right? So we got like English, and then you click burned in here. You follow me here? Okay, you will choose this one here, right? English, right? Subtitle, English subtitle. Click on burned in. Burned in means like it would be part of that movie. You don't need to choose, right? You can say forced only if you want to just come up like when you choose. But you want this for the subtitle for so it would always be there, right? After you choose this one, and you choose burned in, then you would say add. Okay, watch here. Okay, it's gonna come up there. When I say add, you see it says burned in, right? Okay, now when I when I trans I mean um what's the term that I'm using at pasensya pa rin not enough sleep. So anyway, yung file na gusto natin na MP4, uh, the nalagay mo yung subtitle na ganun, burned in, tapos English, right? So, gusto natin na maging compatible sa lahat ng iPod, right? iPod Classic, iPhone, or uh, so normally for me, I mean, it's gonna be different for your case because you probably don't have an iPod Classic, but I do have an iPod Classic, so I would choose this one. iPod Classic is a smaller screen. Probably nobody's using that anymore, but I still have my old iPod. So sometimes I want to watch the movie on that because it has a hard drive on it, and the hard drive I believe is 60 gigabyte hard drive, which is plenty of movie there that I could put. So it doesn't matter to me like it's a small movie, small screen. I can at least watch a movie there. So I choose iPod 5G. But you probably on your case you probably don't need this, right? You can uncheck that. Okay, I just choose that just for you to see. Okay, iPod 5G, and then the only thing that we did here is add this one, right? Okay, now that you have all the choices that you have, so we got iPhone and iPod Touch, and then keep aspect ratio. If you notice, when we click on the aspect ratio, this one had changed the number, right? Before it was 300 something, I don't remember. Okay, when you go here, right? Okay, we'll start all over again. We go here, keep aspect ratio. At this case, this is the same as the aspect ratio, but often oftentimes it's not the same. So iPhone, iPod Touch, keep aspect ratio, and then you would choose the English subtitle here on the drop down box, and then you say burned in, and then click on add, right? And then I would say iPhone 5G support, right? Okay, from here we can just say start, or you can add to queue and keep on adding some more, and then encode, right? But in this case, I'm just doing one. So I'm gonna show you how to do it also, like how to encode. But from here you can start already, right? Okay, I'll put like add to queue, right? So you got one there. I'm gonna do another one. Right. So I choose Journey to the West, right? Okay, this one's a good example because it's a Chinese movie, right? So I click open, right? Okay, open, right? So now I open it, and I already have chosen the iPhone iPod Touch, so it would keep doing the same thing. So I have that, and I have this already, right? Whichever one you put on your, if you're doing the encode queue, whichever thing you chose, say like you have chose this already for the first one, succeeding succeeding choices you would always have that, the first one that you choose. So let's check the audio on this one. Okay, the movie is Journey to the West. Okay, Journey to the West is a Chinese movie. Now I want to do the subtitles for that one, right? I want to keep Chinese audio, but you can do like this too. If you don't want a Chinese audio, you can choose English audio. But for me, I always want to retain whatever I have. So in your case, if you want English, there's going to be English audio. So you're not going to hear any Chinese audio, right? So automatically like that. I mean, you would have to choose like that. It's not going to be automatic. You would have to choose from Chinese default to an English, right? Okay, now we go to subtitles. Okay, pay attention to this one because it's the same thing as we did on the first one, right? So here you would choose English, right? I told you that it's always going to be the first one, English, right? Okay, bird in is already checked, and now you say add right there, right? And then now you get all the choices that you need. You want English audio and English subtitle, right? So from here, you say add to queue. So now you get two on your queue, like there, right there. All right. And then here you can say shut down when finished. Or if you don't want to shut down when finished because you want to start working something again, you can say do nothing. Okay. This is what I would recommend you to do when you're doing the encoding, right? Encoding of this of the movie to MP4. Once you try to do this, I would suggest don't do anything at all on your computer. Let it just finish the process. For me, I would say shut down, and I would just click on encode, and it would start encoding this. When it's finished, it would shut down. That's when I would know that it's done, right? And I could go back and restart the computer again. So that's an easy way for you to know that okay, the thing is done already. So you can do something else like encode it and then do some work that you need to do, and then just go back to it later on, right? So now from here you just say encode, and that's it. All right, let me know pa kung ano, if you have any more problem, if you have any more questions. I hope this helps. Try this, okay? Try this and see if it works for you, okay? And kumusta na lang sa lahat diyan? And happy Sunday, pare. Monday na pala dyan, ano? Okay. Sige, pare. Tawag ka. Let me know kung anong nangyari sa'yo dito, kung if everything worked out great for you, okay? Alright. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.